Welcome to our summit. This is our ninth National Civic Leadership Training Summit, and it is such a pleasure to see so many passionate and dedicated individuals gathered here this evening, united by one common goal, which is to make our democracy more inclusive, equitable, and vibrant. As we embark on this journey together, it's important that we reflect on the legacy, which you'll hear a lot about today. This foundation is named after Andrew Goodman, who was a young man that his courage and commitment to the civil rights led to Mississippi in the Freedom Summer of 1964. Alongside James Chaney and Michael Schwerner and countless other individuals and civil rights activists, Andrew bravely committed to ensuring that all Americans, regardless of race, had the right to vote. Their sacrifice is a poignant reminder of the importance of our work and the enduring struggle for justice and equality. This year's summit is special for several reasons. First, we are commemorating the 60th anniversary of Freedom Summer, ensuring that the spirit and the mission of the civil rights movement continues to inspire future generations. Additionally, our Vote Everywhere program is now in its 10th year and has empowered countless students to become civic leaders, each continuing the legacy of Andy. We are also excited to initiate our new civic pipeline, which is our new endeavor designed to engage young people aged 16 to 25 wherever they are. Throughout this summit, we will explore themes of empowerment, engagement, equity, and more. And by doing so, we honor Andy's legacy and continue his work. As we kick off the summit, I encourage each of you to be engaged fully in the sessions, to share your insights, and to build connections with fellow civic leaders here. Together, we can amplify our impact and drive meaningful change in our communities. Thank you for being here and for your unwavering commitment to civic leadership. Let's make this summit a transformative experience and one that propels us forward in our mission. Now, I am pleased to introduce someone whose leadership and vision has been instrumental in guiding the Andrew Goodman Foundation this year. Please join me in welcoming our Executive Director, Rashawn Davis, who will share a few remarks to officially open our summit. Welcome, Rashawn.
Thank you, Kaylee. So good to see everybody. Welcome to NCLTS 2024. We see folks from around the country here with us today, high school students, those of you who are in college. We have our champions here. We have supporters, peer organizations, board members. It's going to be such an exciting few days. And so thank you for being here. There are many other places you could have been tonight, but you are here with us, and we're grateful that you've chosen to spend today with AGF. I also just very quickly have to shout out our incredible team here at AGF. These folks have worked so hard to make sure that this year's NCLTS, our ninth NCLTS, is our best yet. And so I promise you all are in for quite the experience over the next few days. So a few weeks ago, I celebrated 1 year as the executive director of the Andrew Goodman Foundation. And I still feel as fortunate to be here today as I did on my first day last July. AGF is an organization rooted in the legacy of one of America's most important moments, Freedom Summer 1964, a legacy that confirms that our country's greatest asset is its young people. At the same time, AGF is an organization with a focused and excited eye toward the future, as we work every day to meet the next generation of civic leaders where they are and to prepare them for success and impact. So tonight, I'm not here with some huge earth-shattering idea to share with you all. I think the world probably has enough of those already. Tonight, I'd like to tell a few stories that I think are important and add a bit of context that I think might be timely in this space together. I hope that's okay. So let's go back. The year is 1773, 251 years ago, long time ago. America as we know it didn't even exist. The country consists of just a few colonies preparing for war with Britain for their independence. There are no televisions, no cell phones, and no computers. Books are the most important type of media at this time, and authors were widely expected to be white and male. Then in 1776 came a book of poetry that captured the imagination of folks, not just around the colonies, but around the world. The book was so captivating that George Washington, the commander of the Continental Army at the time, invited the author to meet. The author happened to be an enslaved Black woman named Phillis Wheatley. You can imagine the uproar that occurred when it was discovered that this brilliant new writer from Boston was Black, a woman, and enslaved. The stroke of genius in Phillis's pen led to some difficult conversations around the colonies, which forced people to reckon with the humanity and intellect of people who look like me. Phillis was not by any means a seasoned abolitionist or civil rights activist. In fact, this was her first published book. At 20 years old, Phillis was simply a talented young person who used her abilities to articulate a vision for a better world, one without slavery. Can you imagine the courage Phillis had to have during all of this? Consider all the people who might have warned her. You should take a step back, don't ruffle too many feathers. We've all heard that. So why am I sharing this story on the opening remarks of NCLTS 2024? I'm sharing this story because what you will find throughout the arc of history is that progress in this country, in your home states, and even in the communities that you grew up in, has almost always been fueled by the ambitions and voices of young people. Not far from where I live in New Jersey, and I think some of you might have heard this story before, there used to be a cafe called Mary's Cafe in a town called Maple Shade. Mary's was well known for not serving Black people. Then, one Sunday in 1950, a Black student at nearby Crozier Seminary, just outside of Philadelphia, went into Mary's with a friend. They were both refused service, but remained in their seats anyway. It was a small act of protest that was considered one of the first by a 21-year-old named Martin Luther King Jr. A few years later, he would go on to lead the Montgomery bus boycott at 26, which led to the integration of the largest public transit system in Alabama. Earlier this year, I found myself standing in the back of a city council meeting, watching a small group of 16 and 17-year-old high school students wearing Black and purple hoodies step to a microphone and explain why they deserve the right to vote in local school board elections. There were also people in that chamber who spoke loudly against the proposal. It was at times an intense hearing. But that didn't stop those young people from pushing past their own fears and nerves to speak truth to power. An hour or so later, the city council voted to enfranchise 16-year-olds to vote in school board elections. In a single instance, creating 7,000 new voters and fundamentally changing the dynamics of school board elections in that city. There's no way that law is created and passed without the persistent voices of young people. Our democracy is at its best when young people are involved. So it's interesting to me when people say, you're never too young to make change. I'm sure all of you have heard that at some point in your journey. The truth is that change requires your participation. Real change needs your voice, perspective, and energy. Many of you already know the story of our foundation's namesake. Andrew Goodman was a 20-year-old student at Queens College in New York City. In 1964, he, along with hundreds of other young people, made his way down to Mississippi to register Black Americans to vote as part of Freedom Summer 1964. During his first days in Mississippi, Andy was murdered by the Ku Klux Klan. Weeks later, his body, along with two others, James Chaney and Michael Schwerner, were found buried in a ditch. It's a horrific story. Andy would have been 81 years old if he was still with us today. I bet a few of you have grandparents that age. Like many of you attending this conference today, Andy was just 20 years old in 1964, and he simply believed that our society could be a better place. And although his life and so many others during that time was ended by hate, at AGF, we live Andy's legacy every day through our belief and investment in the power of young people. This year, we're celebrating 10 years of our flagship Vote Everywhere program and the incredible impact AGF ambassadors have led in and around campus communities across the country for the last decade. In Louisiana, Andrew Goodman ambassadors were instrumental in moving forward legislation that requires universities and college campuses to design student IDs in a way that fulfills state voter requirements. At Pace University, ambassadors fought for and won a polling site on their New York City campus, which has made it easier for thousands of students to access the ballot. At Allegheny College, ambassadors lobbied administrators to coincide their annual Gator Day with Election Day, allowing students to vote without the constraints of having to attend classes that day. And just this past year, ambassadors at North Carolina A&T, Go Aggies, registered 2,500 students to vote on campus, 2,500 new voters. There are countless stories just like these, powered by ambassadors, champions, and our partners that exemplify just how much a committed group of people can accomplish. The same ambition and vision for a better world that Andy had, that Phyllis Wheatley had, that Dr. King had, I still see today in young people in our AGF community. This year, 2024, we're not just celebrating the 10th anniversary of our Vote Everywhere program, we're also recognizing the 60th anniversary of Freedom Summer 1964, which Andy and so many other brave people participated in. So as a perk of my job, I have the privilege of speaking with people who participated in Freedom Summer 1964. The vast majority of them are around 80 years old, similar to the age Andy would have been. I kid you not when I say many of them see that moment 60 years ago and 20-ish years old as one of their life's proudest moments. What does that mean? It means that what all of you choose to believe in today, it matters. What you choose to speak out about today matters. The sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois once said, "It's today that our best work can be done, not some future day or future year." 2024 is scheduled to be the year when millennials and Gen Z will account for 44% of the eligible electorate, a milestone. 44% is a big number. To me, that milestone isn't just about voting, which you all should do as often as you get a chance to. But that's the bare minimum, my friends. The 44% indicates that it's this generation of young people's turn to lead. It's your turn to envision and articulate the world that you want to live in. It's the reason we're all here today and tomorrow. It's what makes gathering together for NCLTS so special. It doesn't matter to me what your politics are or which side of the aisle you find yourself aligned with. What I think we all see is that our civic society is broken. Folks have forgotten how to speak to one another. They've forgotten how to listen to each other. We've forgotten that there's more than one way to lead a life. And what I see in all of you here today is the solution. A deep commitment to a type of leadership and discourse that brings people together, not divides them. It's y'all's turn to lead. Unfortunately, the wealth gap in this country is as large as it's ever been. It's y'all's turn to lead. Basic principles of inclusion and equity are threatened. It's y'all's turn to lead. Our democracy is as fragile as it's ever been. It's y'all's turn to lead. The challenges before us are many and they are urgent, but they are not too great for the minds here. So my ask of all of you is that you dig deep over the next few days, ask the hard questions, challenge your own assumptions, reach out to those who don't look like you or share the same life experience. You all are the leaders that we've been waiting for. Commit yourself to building bridges, even when it's easier not to. Boldly imagine the future of civic leadership on your campuses, in your states, and across the country. Because we support you here at AGF and we're counting. Thank you all for being here and have a wonderful NCLTS.
Thank you so much, Rashawn, for sharing those really inspiring stories and for motivating us. Let's now take a look at what we have in store for this evening. So we're going to begin tonight by announcing our brand new high school program. Next, we will honor our founding 15 campuses who have been here for all 10 years of our Vote Everywhere program, and then our hidden heroes. And we will close this evening with the official induction of the Andrew Goodman Alumni Hall of Fame, with some closing remarks from our Deputy Executive Director and Director of Programs. I will now pass it over to my colleague, Gabrielle Slaughter, to unveil our new high school program. Take it away, Gabby.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gabrielle Slaughter, the Lead Program Manager, HBCU Strategist at AGF. I have an exciting announcement today. The Andrew Goodman Foundation proudly presents the Living the Legacy Scholarship. For the past decade, the Andrew Goodman Vote Everywhere program has partnered with colleges and universities to provide resources, visibility, and mentoring to a national network of student leaders who involve their peers in participatory democracy through long-term voter engagement and public policy initiatives. The Foundation's expanded vision includes a civic leadership pipeline, which will meet a new generation of young people wherever they are by creating new on-ramps to civic engagement. As part of this vision, the Andrew Goodman Foundation is pleased to launch a scholarship dedicated to high school students. The Living the Legacy Scholarship aims to recognize and support students who demonstrate exemplary civic leadership qualities within their school and community. By honoring those who actively engage in civic duties, such as organizing or advocating for positive change, serving as poll workers, holding leadership positions, or displaying aspirations for public office, this scholarship seeks to foster and empower the next generation of responsible, proactive citizens and leaders. Through financial assistance, training, and recognition, we aspire to inspire sustained commitment to civic engagement and the cultivation of leadership skills among high school students, thereby contributing to the enhancement of society. The scholarship officially launches today, and we'll be awarding 5 students with $1,500 each. Please see our webpage for more details on how to apply for the scholarship, and feel free to share with any student who meets the criteria. The deadline to submit an application is November 1st, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. East. And to learn more about the scholarship, the website is on the screen, and you can scan or use the QR code. Feel free to send it to anyone you feel like fits the criteria and will be a good candidate. And thank you. We look forward to seeing all of your applications.
Thank you, Gabby. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mia Matthews, the Program and Communications Manager at the Andrew Goodman Foundation. Of course, a huge part of our civic leadership pipeline is our flagship Vote Everywhere program. Many of you already know that this year marks the 10th anniversary of Vote Everywhere, a huge milestone that we celebrate proudly. David and Sylvia Goodman, brother and sister-in-law of Andrew Goodman, launched the program in 2014 in the wake of Shelby County versus Holder's impact on the Voting Rights Act. The program was a way to carry on Andrew Goodman's legacy and address the very immediate threats to civic and voter engagement on college campuses and beyond. Throughout these 10 years, we have worked with 88 colleges and universities who have collectively mobilized and impacted over 1.5 million people. So as we move into the vote everywhere portion of the ceremony, it's only right to start with our founding 15 campuses, where it all began. Our founding 15 campuses are Allegheny College, Arizona State University, Bard College, Binghamton University, Cornell University, Elon University, Louisiana State University, Miami University, Queens College, Simpson College, Tennessee State University, Tufts University, the University of California, Berkeley, University of Mississippi, and the University of Utah. In honor of their commitment to the legacy of Andrew Goodman, James Earl Chaney, and Michael Schwerner, and their advancement of civic engagement and justice, we released a series of reflections and spotlights with each of our founding 15 campuses, which we'll drop in the chat so you can read more about them.
All right, I hope you all get to click through these a little bit later, and we'll send them out afterwards as well. But hi, everyone. My name is Caroline Smith. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Director of Programs at AGF. Continuing with the inspiration and celebration of our campus teams and Vote Everywhere, it's time for our Hidden Heroes Award ceremony. Many of you in this room have probably attended one of these before, or several of these before, and some of you have even been award recipients yourselves in the past. This is absolutely a fan favorite, and you'll see why very quickly. I promise you'll be moved within the next 60 seconds. The Andrew Goodman Foundation recognizes the incredible dedication of our ambassadors and champions. Hidden heroes are exactly what they sound like, people who are making the world better for their neighbors, often without recognition. Our ambassadors are doing this incredibly difficult work on top of being students, working jobs, in many cases commuting, sometimes caregiving, and of course, just being humans and all that comes with that. Our champions are working at a very difficult time in higher education, many doing multiple jobs squeezed into one, and often civic engagement is nowhere in the job description. So our ambassadors and champions have answered a call just like Andy, James, Mickey, and so many others did during Freedom Summer. I know I speak for the entire staff when I say that I'm continually inspired by the work of our campus teams and am incredibly honored to recognize our 2024 hidden heroes, who you can see on the screen, but we'll highlight them individually as well. So I'm happy to pass it on to my colleagues to highlight their folks.
All righty. So the first one up is the Andrew Goodman Ambassador Honoree. This category is awarded to Andrew Goodman ambassadors who are integral pillars of leadership and service on their campus team. These awardees display a fervent enthusiasm for an inclusive democracy by expanding student voting access on their campus. They help their campus team develop innovative civic organizing strategies. And this year, I'm very excited to say that the Andrew Goodman Ambassador Honoree is Bianca Sanchez. Bianca served as an Andrew Goodman Ambassador for 3 years. Dedicated civic engagement work in and outside of the classroom, she has successfully led the campus team at Allegheny College and continuing the effort to have Election Day free from class on their Gator Day, which will pilot during the upcoming 2024 general election on the campus in Meadville, Pennsylvania. Through her efforts, Bianca left the campus community significantly more voter-friendly than she found it. Congratulations, Bianca. And we'll pass it to you if you want to say a few words.
Thank you so much. It is an incredible honor to be receiving this award. Not only has this been something we've been aiming to do for the past 4 years that I've been on campus, but even before then, since my freshman year, when I was first introduced to the Andrew Goodman Foundation, this was a project that has been long in the works since before COVID. So it's really great to finally see it come to fruition and to see it receive some acknowledgement as well. And it's also an amazing year for it since it is the 10-year anniversary. And I am a recent graduate, so it's really great to see it all come together full circle. And I'm so proud of my team, and I can't wait to see what more they will do in the future and to continue this civic engagement work. So thank you so much. Congratulations, Bianca. I am now very excited to announce the Andrew Goodman Ambassador of the Year. This category is an awarded to the Andrew Goodman Ambassador who demonstrates strong leadership and dedication to nonpartisan civic engagement. The awardee plays a key role in the creation and implementation of innovative projects that lead to significant progress and voter engagement on their campus. They display a deep dedication to social justice, diversity, and inclusion that activates and mobilizes diverse communities on their campus and beyond. This year, I'm very proudly presenting this award to Sydney Carlin. Sydney served as an Andrew Goodman Ambassador for 4 semesters, leading the Ramapo College of New Jersey Vote Everywhere team in the implementation of creative projects and further developing the civic culture on her campus. This past spring, Sydney and her team hosted the 60th anniversary of Freedom Summer installation on their campus during Civic Engagement Week. The installation was an interactive exhibit highlighting the history of the 1964 Freedom Summer in Mississippi. Additionally, in the fall of 2023, Sydney's team built a robust week of civic education programming during National Voter Education Week. Sydney's phenomenal work as an Andrew Goodman Ambassador extends beyond her ability to plan, host, and execute innovative and exciting ideas, events, and programming. During her time at Ramapo, Sydney also worked to form new partnerships with campus administrators and student organizations, expanding the coalition of civic engagement on her campus. Congratulations, Sydney. It's been my honor to work with you. I'll pass it over to you to say a few words.
I just wanted to say thank you so much. I cannot express how much of an honor receiving this award is and how much of an honor it has been working with the Andrew Goodman Foundation and how much it has just empowered and changed my entire civic journey. I think a lot of people who are around my age felt it, especially in 2016, a huge call to voting and wanting to be more civically engaged, no matter what side you were on, and a deep set frustration about not being able to take place in the civic process to the extent that they wanted to. I know I have felt burnt out, I have felt frustration, and I think the Andrew Goodman Foundation, as well as specifically the Civic and Community Engagement Center at Ramapo College, has just completely changed and re-empowered my civic journey. The 60th anniversary of Freedom Summer installation that we were able to put together was so important and amazing, and I think it really highlights what the Andrew Goodman Foundation stands for, which is not only empowering change bringers, but also acknowledging our history and how important looking at our history is in order to enact change and move forward. Seeing students respond to the Robert Masters interview that we were able to do, thanks to the support of Kaylee and so many others in the Andrew Goodman team, was amazing. Getting to hear the words of someone directly who had done so much work and seeing students react to the timeline in different interviews just was so important to me, and seeing so many people walk away both radicalized and empowered to become more parts of their community and register to vote just amazed me. And I cannot wait to see what more the Ramapo College Andrew Goodman team does. Just, I have loved working with the Andrew Goodman Foundation so much, and thank you so much. This is such an honor.
Congratulations, Sydney. I will be introducing the Andrew Goodman Campus Champion of the Year. This category is awarded to an Andrew Goodman Campus Champion who creates and supports sustainable pathways of engagement between university administration and the student body at large. Nurturing the growth and development of their ambassadors, the awardee uplifts the voices of their campus team by using their resources and networks to accomplish institutional and organizational goals. They lead by example, seen in all facets of their work. Their passion for youth voter engagement is palpable. The Andrew Goodman Campus Champion of the Year is Dr. Terry Platt. Yay. Terry has shown unwavering diligence and commitment to fostering a vibrant civic engagement culture at Clark Atlanta University and within the AUC Votes Coalition. Her efforts were pivotal in securing a temporary polling site directly on the Clark Atlanta University campus, ensuring convenient access for student voters. Her dedication and contributions have significantly contributed to enhancing civic participation and student empowerment within the university community. We thank you so much, Dr. Platt, for all of your hard work. And I don't think she's here to accept her award, but we'll definitely accept it on her behalf.
Congratulations again. I'm now very excited to announce the Andrew Goodman Campus Team of the Year. This category is awarded to an Andrew Goodman campus team that shows exemplary synergy in the creation of their campus action plan and execution of their civic engagement goals. This campus team works together as an unbreakable unit to leverage their personal talents and interests towards the common goal of a more representative democracy. This campus team shares a strategic vision for growth and change and an expert ability to motivate and execute large projects as a cohesive unit. This year, I'm very excited to name the Miami-Dade College Wolfson team as our Andrew Goodman Campus Team of the Year. The Miami-Dade College Wolfson campus team has excelled in implementing their vision for growth and change and have become experts in their ability to motivate and execute large projects. They have distinguished themselves by executing a comprehensive campus action plan, focusing on civic engagement beyond voting and electoral work. Their strategies include hosting engaging and thoughtful programming like the Civic Olympics and campaign simulations, as well as partnering with campus and community organizations to expand their reach. By integrating robust civic engagement practices, they have fostered a culture of active participation and community involvement on their campus. Congratulations, Kiki, Rio, and Shamika. I'm so proud of all the work that you've done this year. I'll pass it over to you all to say a few words.
Thank you, thank you. I know that Josh Young is here and he will take the lead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm Josh Young. I'm the college-wide director for the Institute for Civic Engagement and Democracy. And we were not part of the founding 15, but almost, because we joined AGF in 2015. And over the last 9 years, we've had, I was just looking recently, 45 Andrew Goodman Foundation ambassadors, because we have 8 campuses and 100,000 students. And because of AGF, we have early voting on our 2 largest campuses. We've registered thousands of students and raised awareness among thousands of students. And we have actually gotten more than $60,000 when you look at the stipend value and also the operational funds that you give us, directly contributing to our college to further this work. So it's been amazing, and we are so grateful and so appreciative. And in the picture, you can see Kiki is the second from the left. Kiki is our campus champion at Wilson. She served in the Peace Corps in Bolivia. And then you see Shamika to Kiki's left, and then Rio, and they're all here tonight. And they're doing fantastic work. Kaylee, thank you for all your support. And we're just very grateful to be part of this program.
Congratulations, MDC. That's so exciting, everything you guys have done. Okay, I will be introducing the next award, which is the HBCU Service Award. This category is awarded to an Andrew Goodman ambassador within the foundation's HBCU cohort who shows exemplary leadership and involvement in the cohort. The student makes a significant contribution to a major project or operation on campus and special service to the university. This year's Andrew Goodman HBCU Service Award is the one and only Brian Day. Brian was selected for the HBCU Service Award for his outstanding role as an Andrew Goodman ambassador throughout his entire tenure at North Carolina A&T State University, meaning that Brian and his twin brother Brandon were ambassadors for all 4 years of college. His leadership was marked by significant achievements in increasing voter registration numbers each year and consistently executing impactful civic engagement events on campus. Under his leadership, North Carolina A&T State University received the All-In Campus Democracy Challenges 2021 Best Action Plan Award and the highest voter registration award in the historically Black college and university category. Congratulations, Brian, and thank you for all your hard work and dedication to AGF through these last 4 years. We are sad to see you go, but excited about your next journey.
Thank you, Gabby, and thank you, Andrew Goodman Foundation. First and foremost, I am incredibly humbled and honored to be recognized this evening. But I would like to also thank our campus champion, Miss Tiffany Seawright, for her introduction to the Andrew Goodman family and helping lead us as our advisor throughout the 4 years, and through our work with the Office of Leadership and Civic Engagement, more specifically in the North Carolina A&T Civic Engagement Coalition, where we were able to have global heights and national recognition for our contributions to civic engagement, not only within our constituents in the North Carolina UNC system, but also the greater Greensboro community. It gives me no greater joy to be honored, but also thrilled for the great work to be continued through the Andrew Goodman Foundation. So thanks again for the recognition, and the work doesn't stop here.
And I will be introducing our last awardee, the Rising Star of the Year. The Andrew Goodman Rising Star of the Year is awarded to an Andrew Goodman ambassador who is a first or second year student and exhibits all the qualities of an ambassador honoree. This year, our Andrew Goodman Rising Star of the Year is Leonie Moore. Leonie was selected as our 2024 Andrew Goodman Rising Star of the Year as a result of her dedication and a proactive approach as an ambassador on campus. Despite being new to her role with AGF, she has already made significant strides by initiating campus-wide newsletters. These newsletters serve to educate students about upcoming election deadlines and various civic engagement events across the campus. Leonie's leadership has been instrumental in revitalizing the civic engagement community at her university, which is Tennessee State University, laying a solid foundation for future initiatives. We anticipate great achievements from her during her future tenure as an ambassador and beyond. I don't think Leonie's here or able to speak, but we're so excited about all of her contributions thus far, and we look forward to having her as an ambassador for as long as we can.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gabby, Kaylee, and Mia, and congratulations again to all of our hidden heroes. Everyone, please give one more shout out in the chat, and thank you so much to all of you who come to support these wonderful organizers and activists. So wonderful to see you lighting up the chat. We are now thrilled to recognize another batch of amazing people in our AGF network. As we've mentioned, in honor of our 10th anniversary of the Vote Everywhere program, AGF is proud to launch our Alumni Hall of Fame with an inaugural cohort of 10 inductees, one from each year of the program since its inception. Inductees are recognized both for their contributions during their time as ambassadors, whenever that was, and also for their continued dedication to AGF's mission to make young voices and votes a powerful force in democracy. We know at AGF that you can be a civic leader in all walks of life. You can bring civics and equity and justice into any profession and every corner of your life. Our Alumni Hall of Fame inductees have done just that. Each of them left a legacy on their campus and their larger communities because of their work as Andrew Goodman ambassadors, but then they didn't stop there. And as you can hear from our awardees tonight, they don't plan to stop there either. As you'll see from their bios, which we will be sharing in the chat, these 10 alumni have all gone in completely different directions while keeping the principles of activism and equity at their cores. They truly embody AGF's belief that civic leadership is not reserved for elected officials or even the person at the front of a march. We all have a different part to play. So we'll take a minute to highlight each inductee briefly first, with a few words about why we selected them. And then to avoid me talking at you too much, we're actually going to split into breakout sessions for maybe 5 to 7 minutes for you all to hear from them. And you'll be randomly assigned to a breakout session that hopefully has one alumni, and we'll have a few guiding questions for them to answer and facilitate a little community building. So without further ado, our first inductee into the Alumni Hall of Fame is from the class of 2015 and one of our very first ambassadors, Jonian Rafty. Jonian is an associate in the corporate department and a member of the healthcare group at Proskauer Rose LLP. Jonian graduated from Bard College in 2015 and actually went on to become one of AGF's first program managers and later on a member of our board of directors. While throughout his time with AGF, Jonian was instrumental in the research and creation of our My Vote Everywhere election and voter information portal, which we still actively use to this day. And many of you are probably like, yeah, I just checked that earlier. So congratulations, Jonian. Next, our second inductee from the class of 2016 is Valencia Richardson. Valencia serves as legal counsel voting rights at Campaign Legal Center. She graduated from Louisiana State University in 2016 and went on to become a Puffin Democracy Fellow, as well as a member of our board of directors. As an ambassador at LSU, Valencia helped to pass legislation that requires Louisiana's public universities to issue student IDs that are voter ID compliant. This legislation positively impacts over 200,000 students in Louisiana. Valencia is unfortunately not able to be with us tonight because fittingly, she is traveling for a court case that she's litigating. Our next inductee, number 3, from the class of 2017 is Usjid Hamid. Usjid serves as a consultant for PwC Strategy, where he advises private equity clients on transaction strategy. Usjid graduated from Towson University in 2017 and went on to become a Puffin Democracy Fellow as well. As a fellow, Usjid wrote Expanding the Ballot, providing language assistance to non-English proficient voters through multilingual poll workers. His guide made it easier for new Americans to vote by breaking down the language barrier through the use of multilingual poll workers. Our next inductee from the class of 2018 is Ana del Castillo. Ana serves as the executive director of Our Own Deep Wells, a social enterprise that is providing resources for healing and revolutionary love. Ana graduated from Tufts University in 2018 and went on to become a Puffin Democracy Fellow, if you're sensing a theme here. During her fellowship, Ana advocated for fair redistricting, including through hosting a National Day of Advocacy event. Our fifth inductee from the class of 2019 is Skylar Mitchell. Skylar is a Brooklyn-based writer, producer, and researcher who has held editorial positions at CNN and Condé Nast. Skylar graduated from Spelman College in 2019 and went on to become a Puffin Democracy Fellow. During her fellowship, Skylar sought to identify digital media best practices and to determine if there is a correlation between social media usage among young people and their political participation, which I think we all know has become an even hotter issue. Our next inductee, number 6, from the class of 2020 is Evan Malbrough. Evan is the organizing manager for Our Turn in Atlanta. Evan graduated from Georgia State University in 2020 and went on to become a Puffin Democracy Fellow, as well as a member of our board of directors. Evan led the first student-run on-campus polling place at Georgia State University and later founded the Youth Poll Worker Project to recruit and train 1,000 poll workers in Georgia. He also wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to Building a Youth Poll Worker Project so others could replicate his efforts to recruit young poll workers, which they have. Our next inductee from the class of 2021 is Cyrus Commissariat. Cyrus is an associate wealth advisor at Northern Trust, where he helps the bank's ultra-high net worth clients with their estate planning needs. Cyrus graduated from Arizona State University in 2021 and went on to law school at University of Chicago, where he just graduated in May. As an ambassador, Cyrus hosted the Arizona Secretary of State, now the governor, at an event on campus for National Voter Registration Day. Cyrus, unfortunately, also isn't able to be with us tonight because he is taking the Illinois bar exam, so everyone send some good vibes his way. The 8th inductee from the class of 2022 is Tamia Folks. Tamia is a public investigator at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Tamia graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison in 2022. In her time as an ambassador, Tamia started a podcast about voting with one of her co-ambassadors, creating a platform for the community to engage in conversation on campus about issues they care about. And Tamia also is not able to make it because she is at a journalism conference. The 9th inductee from the class of 2023 is Janiyah Henry. Janiyah is the Black Youth Renaissance Project Coordinator for Black Voters Matter and Represent Georgia, where she has mobilized and organized youth on college campuses and surrounding areas, with a major focus on HBCUs. Janiyah graduated from Clark Atlanta University in 2023 And as both an ambassador and a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Janaya mobilized students in the entire Atlanta University Center, including through an event on National Voter Registration Day that was covered on MSNBC. And last but not least, our 10th inductee and a brand new graduate of the class of 2024 is Brandon Day. If you're having a little bit of deja vu, Brandon is Brian's brother, and we just honored Brian as a hidden hero. Brandon graduated from North Carolina A&T State University this spring. He became an ambassador as a first year, remaining an ambassador for his entire matriculation through college. In this time, he helped establish a culture of civic engagement on campus through big events like a Be the Change voter education event in partnership with the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated on campus. The program focused on the intersectionality between social advocacy and voter engagement. And through events like these, Brandon and his team have registered thousands of new voters each year. So, congratulations. Please, everyone join me in congratulating our inaugural cohort of inductees into the Hall of Fame. We'll drop our press release about the Hall of Fame in the chat so you can see their bios in more detail. There it is. And we are just so grateful to have these 10 incredible leaders in our network. I know I've personally learned from each of them, whether I got to work with them directly or from reviewing their publications or referring back to their work. And the Vote Everywhere program has thrived for 10 years in large part because of the examples that these alumni have set. So in just a moment, I'm going to prompt you all into your breakout sessions. Full disclosure, as many of you have noticed, we're having this little tech snafu where a lot of people are named the same name. So it's a little tricky to figure out who's who and assign the alumni to the proper rooms. So hopefully you have an alumni in your room. Bear with me as we do maybe a little bit of juggling. But when you get into your rooms, there are going to be just a couple question prompts for our alumni to answer. And then we'll hope that y'all can just chat a little bit. We'll just stay in there for about 5 minutes. I will drop the questions in the chat, so you should all be able to see them while you're in the breakout rooms. And have a great time. I am prompting them.
Okay, so we got a hidden hero in here. Oh, we got 2 hidden heroes. Well, hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
So do you guys, do we have any current ambassadors in here?
I'm ambassador right now.
Okay, well, we wanted to kind of use this time to facilitate a conversation between like current ambassadors and new ambassadors and hidden heroes, even though some of you may be current ambassadors, but hidden heroes and alumni Hall of Fame members. So if you were able to maybe ask like a question about being an ambassador or like accomplishing something while you're on campus, what would it be? And this can be for anyone. I don't want to put you on the spot, sorry. But for any current ambassadors.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat the question?
No problem at all. No need to apologize. I just wanted to ask. So we basically created these breakout rooms to facilitate a conversation between current and new ambassadors and like ambassadors who
Margaret, did the question show up in the chat?
In the breakouts?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I think I just broadcast it.
Yeah, I see it now. Sorry, I was like asking to come back here because I'm still recording. Hopefully
I
like
didn't
it's
think
still
about that.
recording. Yeah.
I still have.
Yeah, hear me. Okay.
Did we assign that Mo Banks to a room or did they just leave?
I assigned them.
Oh, great. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna join a room real quick because I'm super curious.
Yeah, absolutely. I can hold it down here. Oh, wait, I need to assign you, right? Or are you... Oh, no, you got automatically assigned.
I can join one.
Great. think Caitlin joined her room.
You'll see the time is up for the 7 minutes in the breakout room.
I saw that, but I don't know if everyone else did because it let me say keep the rooms open, which I clicked.
I think only the hosts and co-hosts are seeing it.
Okay, great. And then I just broadcast a manual warning.
Okay. We can edit this part out of the recording.
Yes. But God, that was so, I was panicking.
Is this?
The detour into Gabby's breakout room that I did.
Hi, Caitlin. We're actually just about to bring the breakout room a sec. Oh wait, saying that it ended gave 120 seconds. That's fine. Welcome back, everybody. All right, we might still have a couple rooms closing, but I hope y'all had some good conversations. And again, really appreciate you bearing with us with the tech difficulty. It wouldn't be a virtual summit without a little challenge. If there are any highlights from any of the rooms, feel free to throw them in the chat, but otherwise I think we can get moving and we're just about ready to get you all out of here and give you some time back tonight. So I'm happy to pass this off to Margaret Kinehans, AGF's Deputy Executive Director, to close us out for the night. Take it away, Margaret.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you especially for helping us to commemorate the 60th anniversary of Freedom Summer. It's been an honor to gather here tonight with each of you, just as organizers did in 1964. As Rashawn mentioned earlier, the torch has been passed to today's generation of young civic organizers, and now it's your turn to lead. I see so many of you doing just that. So on behalf of all of us at the foundation, we want to congratulate tonight's young leaders and honorees once more. In this 10th anniversary year of the Vote Everywhere program, we are honored to recognize the founding 15 campuses who have been with us from the very beginning. These campuses both ground us and propel us forward as our movement continues today. We are also thrilled to acknowledge our inaugural cohort of the Alumni Hall of Fame. I have had the pleasure of knowing and working with many of these leaders over the years, and it's incredibly heartwarming to see them continuing their passion for voting rights and our legacy as impactful professionals. Finally, congratulations again to this year's Hidden Heroes. Your outstanding dedication to advancing our mission inspires us every day, and we can't wait to continue this work with many of you this coming academic year. As we've been celebrating a decade of Vote Everywhere this year, we have also been thinking about how we can expand our programming to include even more young people. That's why we are so excited about our new civic leadership pipeline vision and the opportunity to create on-ramps to civic engagement for young people wherever they are. Our Living the Legacy Scholarship, which we announced earlier tonight, is an important piece of our commitment to high school students. Through the scholarship, we're looking forward to welcoming new young civic leaders into our network. And with that, I'll turn it over to Caroline to discuss tomorrow's schedule.